Alright, we're back with another Barbarian build. So, this time, I'm going with a Flay build. This one is optimized more for speed farming. You can use a variant of it to get better with big bosses. I think there was one that was optimized for level 200 pit bosses, if I'm not mistaken. But core of this build is going to be Flay. This one is focused on heavy damage output. I know before I did the Thorns build, that's more of a passive type of play. This one is all about high damage on single targets. So, with that being said, taking a look at the skills. Some of these you're going to get item bonuses on once you've got the equipment, the right drops on what you're looking for, but it starts off with Flay. If you get this made perfectly, you're going to get a level 13 Flay, but we've got Rallying Cry down to Strategic Rallying Cry, a little bit of Iron Skin from my equipment, that's not in the build. Then down here, we're doing War Cry with Mighty War Cry, Booming Voice, Leap to jump into targets, and Aggressive Resistance into Battle Fervor. A little bit for Swiftness, not going to get that up to Quick Impulses though. Rupture into Warrior's Rupture, Steel Grasp. We're using Fighter's Steel Grasp on this one. I did Warrior's Steel Grasp on my other one. Didn't like it as much. This one you get Berserking. The other one I was just trying to see what it worked. What it worked for. Thick Skin just for some damage resistance. And we're going to use Gushing Wounds for a bleeding effect. So, last time with my Thorns build, I still got screwed up pretty bad when I went into one of these nightmare dungeons. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the best at this game. There's a ton that goes into the actual optimization for these builds. There's affixes, masterworking, tempers. I'm not good with all of that. So, I find what works, and I do my best. On this, I'm using Demon Blade of the Moonrise, just for that strength boost, berserking duration, and most of my items that I'm using are increasing vulnerable damage or resistances. And some of these are not right. But, we'll see how it plays. And for this one, with it being more of an active build, I personally use Thorns quite a bit. But... and there it is. Thorns still reign supreme. But I'm trying them out. I don't know what's going to work best. Most of the time when you start this game, you're not going to know what's going to work best for you. That's why I use Max Roll. To try out a bunch of different things. It's not hard to respec and go for different builds, and I wanted to try something different. Recommendations on this one. You're going to be using Flay as your basic attack. I have that set to my two-handed sword for the slashing damage. It gives you a bonus for bleeding. Rupture, Leap. Leap is set to the dual wield. I did that for groups of enemies. That also activates Berserking and Battle Fervor. Can't really do much if you get stuck though.
I'm not ready yet.
And you know, I'll be honest with you. I'm not giving this the best shot. This is for single target damage, like I said, not for groups. I wanted to see how it handled in a Nightmare Dungeon because that's what I'm doing the majority of the time. But this is really built for single enemies. It's still handling the groups pretty well. And I'm sure if I had all of the proper equipment, it would be better. But just as, you know, if you would have been have this set up and you want to do multiple different things with it, this is more or less the effect you're going to get. And this is more of the leveling portion of it, so not the end game. I had to adjust it a little bit for leveling because the guide I was using was for an in-game build for when you're trying to speed farm. And
I'm not ready yet.
I'm not there yet. I'm still pretty new when it comes to Diablo. So this is for people out there like me. Destroy the Silken Spires. This is for the people out there like me, still moderately new to the game, trying to see the different play styles and builds. And if you're like me, you're probably not the best at games.
I'm not ready yet.
With a good enough build and enough time, you will get there. And I'm gonna die again. Oh man, I cornered myself. I think I said it in the last video. Don't let this be your entire opinion on the build, because I'm not great. If I had all of the right equipment, if I had all of the right affixes and the mats for masterworking, this would probably be a lot smoother. But as far as a single target... Oh, got scared. You can see it's still got high damage output.
I'm not ready yet.
But once that single target turns into a group, you're going to be taking a lot of damage. Now, for this, my opinion, I see what it's going for. It's only not there because I'm not quite there yet. This will probably be a pretty short video because I don't know what I'm doing. But my opinion on it, it's definitely high damage output. It's really geared towards once you're getting to the end and you're trying to fight bigger bosses. Like I said, there's a variant that's for level 200 bosses, and I mean, at that point, you're going to have way more equipment. You're going to have more resources available. But for this, personally, I don't know if I would use it for leveling. I feel like Thorns is a pretty easy way to get up there. But, I mean, if someone disagrees with me, if I'm just doing it wrong, let me know. And, yeah, if you guys have any other builds or if there's another class I should try out, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.